welcome to vlog 3 from our West Coast diaries. I have in fact opened this vlog if you watched the previous vlog. Obviously I haven't read any comments in that time because it continues straight on, so maybe if you don't want me then, like, you know, tough. But yeah, we're gonna get straight on with this vlog. Where are we going today?
We are leaving Perth and heading to Jurien Bay, so I'm gonna hand it over to me real quick. But yeah, we headed back from Esperance yesterday, and Tom and I decided to do the drive from Esperance to Perth, which is on screen, in one go, just because we wanted to get back to start the north. We didn't really want to stop over anywhere. The weather wasn't great. We just thought, let's do this 8-hour drive in one long stint, and we swapped the driving and it was actually fine. So we have stayed the night just south of Perth in QG Beach. Haven't really filmed this. I've got a whole Perth vlog on my channel if you do want to see what we thought of Western Australia's capital city. Capital? It's not the capital city, but it is the capital of West Australia. Anyway, today we are beginning our journey north, which I'm so excited about, from Perth to Jurien Bay, with several stop-offs on the way. And I'm already so excited, guys, because the weather is already so much better. I'm wearing shorts, like, for the first time. I don't have leggings or jeans on. The weather is improving and it's only going to get better the further north we head. So stop number 1 is Jurien Bay, and it's Tom in the driver's seat
As usual.
Hey, who did 6 out of the 8 hours of driving yesterday?
Was it? It probably was actually. Yeah, it probably was.
It's fair that you've done most of the driving. Let's go. Stop number 1 is to get petrol, guys. We are filling the van up. I'm gonna be honest, at the moment we are pretty much doing this every single day, just because obviously we are doing a lot of driving, and also we always want it to be full, because you run a risk of, if you're just driving in Western Australia and your car's not full, you might not pass another petrol station for like 300 kilometers. So we're just trying to keep it full all the time, but it does mean that we are obviously, 1, spending quite a lot of money on fuel, and 2, constantly at the petrol station. I am actually going to do a what we spent on the West Coast video, because we're keeping a very thorough document of it all, just out of interest. Anyway, I'm drinking my coffee. This coffee cup is amazing, guys. It's by Stoke, which I think is an Aussie brand, I'm not too sure. The cafe that I worked at in Melbourne gave it to me as like a leaving gift, which I thought was lovely. But it's so good, it keeps my coffee warm for like literally about 6 hours. I'm just sipping it while we drive. So the first stop of the morning is Yanchep National Park. The birds are being super noisy.
There's parrots.
Got so many. Oh wow, that's a huge parrot. Anyway, the reason we have stopped off here, this is about 40 minutes out of Perth if you're driving north, and the reason we stopped here is because you can see koalas and kangaroos in their natural habitat, so fingers crossed we're gonna see some. Just spotted a wild kangaroo just having his breakfast, and we were talking quite loud, and like, he's just not walked away. Didn't even spot him there until Tom pointed him out.
Good bit of scran.
Our next stop off en route to Jurien Bay is the Pinnacles, or Namberg National Park, but it's kind of known as the Pinnacles because it is this little stretch of desert with all of these rock formations just naturally here, and it goes on for like 4 kilometers, guys. We have just entered the like driving track, and you can drive your car around it as long as your car's not like too big or too long, which ours isn't. So it is kind of bizarre to look at, because like, to me, look at what I'm looking at. They sort of look like gravestones, like really big gravestones, and this is just naturally forming. Here's Tom.
Hello.
It's odd, isn't it?
It is a bit weird.
So eerily quiet, there's literally no sound, even though there's other tourists here, even though there are people walking around, nobody's making a single sound. How many years ago did they form?
500,000.
500,000?
Do you know what Molly said?
No, we don't need to know.
Do you know what
No. We have just had a nice little sort out of the entire van. Tom organised the kitchen, and I have just put fresh sheets on the bed and organised everything so that it's tidy. Just going to quickly show you how it's organised down here. Tom, do you want to go through it?
I will. So, cutlery, plates, and then like coffee and tea and that kind of thing, and napkins and cleaning stuff.
Yeah.
And then we've got the pans and the oil and stuff for cooking. And here's the cutlery.
Yeah.
Which I've had to sort out because every time we pulled out that tray, everything was everywhere.
That's
so that's
true.
sorted out. Breakfast stuff.
Breakfast cupboard. So we've got bread. Well, soup is not for breakfast, but breakfast and lunch, is that?
Sorry, breakfast and lunch.
Yeah, and then
tea.
Snacks and evening meals. So it is all organised, pretty good. Oh, and then we've got the icebox actually. Do you want to open this? Because we've not really explained. We don't have a fridge, guys. So we are making the best of the situation. It's not super ideal, but it's okay. We're basically just buying fresh ice every day and keeping everything cool in here.
No, it's just everything.
Not the cheapest way of doing it, but it was cheaper than having a fridge. So, and now we are going to cook up fajitas down here. And Tom also bought a little bottle of wine for tonight. Time to add in the burrito mix to the fajitas. Just combining burritos and fajitas tonight, guys. You know how it is. Good morning, guys. It is an exciting day today. We actually have probably the most exciting activity booked that we have done so far on the west coast, because we are in Jurien Bay now. I think I told you that yesterday, and we are heading quad biking today, which I am really excited about. I'm going to talk to you a bit more about it when we get there, but basically we have just spent this morning booking all of our like onward campsites. Didn't realise that like the further north we're going, the more booked up everything is getting because the weather is getting better. Not that you would know it right now. Yeah, we've pretty much got most of it sorted. Heading back to the van now, and we are about to drive like 50 minutes back down to the sand dunes where we are heading quad biking in the desert-ish. I have just got changed because, guys, for the first time, it's hot. It's warm, like I'm thriving. I've popped on this very old, like classic backpacker top. This was a £2 purchase off ASOS to go to Asia. And every time I do an activity where I'm like, this could potentially ruin my clothes, I just wear this top and it's still going. But we are heading now to Lancelin, I think that is the name of the town, that has these crazy, crazy sand dunes. Basically, we are going sandboarding and also quad biking across the sand dunes. So when we got there, we basically got ran through like all of the rules and how to drive the quad bikes. Can't lie, guys, I was actually just being a passenger. He did offer me to drive, but I was kind of more confident sitting on the back and happier just filming it. Also, I think Tom was pretty excited about driving these up and down the sand dunes, so I was happy to be on filming duty. But guys, it was so much fun. Obviously, I didn't really capture like when we were going up and down any of the massive hills, because he did tell me like, you know, you're gonna have to hold on with both hands, so no GoPro kind of thing. That makes sense. I was holding on very tightly with my one hand whilst I was filming this, because even though it doesn't look it, guys, it was pretty bumpy, but this was such a fun experience. We got these hired for like the full hour, and yeah, it was pretty good value for money. I really enjoyed this.
We're talking to each other, I know we feel the same about the situation, like we're stuck inside a game. Time to get out of this circle, yeah, we both carry a scar. Let's rewrite the part we're playing, time to cherish who we are. The only thing I ever wanted starts with us taking the chance, not like anything we've done before, yeah.
We are cooking up a stir fry tonight, guys. I'm going to chat you through the sand duning afterwards, but the priority first was to eat, because oh my god, were we starving when we got back. And we've just about caught the sunset because we're eating a little bit earlier this evening, mainly because we're so hungry. But it's so nice to be able to see this whilst I'm cooking it and it not be under touchlight.
I wish you could smell this.
Yeah,
it smells incredible.
It does, yeah.
So hungry.
This is the finished result, guys, and I'm just going to eat it now because I am starving. Tom is tucking straight in, and the sunset is still sunsetting.
So this is an insert from the future, but we did the quad bikes on the sand dunes yesterday, and it was actually really fun. You got about an hour on there, and we had quite a small group as well, which actually made it a bit better because he took us like through some more windy routes and up a few more hills and stuff. But it was really fun, and I really recommend doing it. And even the sandboarding as well. The sandboarding was incredible.
Yeah,
like a little added extra to what we'd booked. So definitely recommend that if you're in the area.
Guys, I'll link the company that we used down below, but like Tom said, you actually get the sandboarding included, which is pretty good. We only actually did it twice because it is such a challenge to like climb back up the sand dune. Like that was a workout. So we gave it a good go, and then yeah, headed back. But I definitely recommend checking them out. And it was in Lancelin, which I think is a town, I'm not really too sure, town, village, kind of south of Jurien Bay. This is how laundry is working on the road. We're using the communal washing areas that the campsite we're staying at has, which actually are pretty decent. Cost the equivalent of £2.50 to use the washing machine, and we used both of them, so £5. And then the tumble dryer is actually free, which is pretty good. I don't think that's awful because we are washing like 9 days worth of clothes, so it's not too bad. Good morning, guys. It is raining pretty heavily. Not thriving. It's actually not cold though, it's just really wet. We are going to move on from Jurien Bay to Geraldton pretty quickly because we don't really need to stay here. We were maybe going to do like a coastal walk, but it's chucking it down, so we're not going to do that. So we're going to set back off. Okay guys, we have just arrived in Geraldton, although I'll be honest, we've sort of had to stop anyway because we just cannot clear the windscreen in this van. Like, I'm not one to ever like speak badly of a company, right? But we have had this van with Travelers Autobahn and it is very old, and most of the things in it just don't really seem to work. Like, no matter what we do, no matter how we change the fan settings, no matter whether we put the heating on, the air conditioning on, the fans that clear the window don't work. Like, it just blows hot air out of where your feet are. And I'm like, that's really not working. Which up until now hasn't really been an issue, but look at this. This was the visibility driving in right now. We literally can't see, so we've had to just pull up because obviously it's just not really safe. Like, it is actually quite dangerous to be driving in it. So because of how heavy the rain is and because of the spray as well, like, we've just thought, right, we're gonna park here, we're in the town. Luckily this happened like more so as we were getting into the town, but like, I know this isn't particularly their fault, but I am saying if you're hiring a van, to be honest, from any company, really check all of the things work like on the first time that you're driving it, because now we're kind of just halfway up the coast and there's nothing we can really do about the fact that the van doesn't work. Just giving an honest opinion, like based off what's happening right now, it's not the best, to be honest. It's not the safest, but we're in Geraldton. We have made it. Hello guys, we have made it to Geraldton, the campsite that we're staying in tonight. I'm not sure why my hair has dried so curly, but I don't think I actually updated you with what we were doing. So we went to the museum, the Geraldton Museum. That was really good. It kind of gave a history of the town, but also specifically all of the shipwrecks that have happened off of the coast of like Shark Bay and Geraldton. Apparently it's notorious for like just bad shipwrecks and bad storms, so that was really interesting. Following on from the theme of shipwrecks and the ocean, we went to see The Little Mermaid. Now this was not on the cards for today guys, but the weather has just been so bad. It's not let up raining all day, it's still raining now, and we thought, what on earth can we do in this town where our activities were like hikes and swims? And I googled and it turns out they have a cinema here, and it's a little bit of a bigger town, so I thought whilst we were here, yeah, I want to go see this movie that everybody is raving about. And I'm not going to go into loads of depth, but basically you should definitely go and see it. It was really, really good. Halle Bailey, I think is how you say her name, was incredible. She was the perfect casting for Ariel. Like, honestly, I think it's probably my favorite Disney live action remake that they have done, just because I think I love the original. The Little Mermaid was one of my favorite films growing up, and I think I must have watched it like hundreds of times as a child. So watching it now made like this as an adult felt really nostalgic, and obviously I knew what was going to happen, but it was nice to watch it like with fresh eyes and like with a fresh take on it, and I think Disney did it really, really well. Yeah, I'm glad that we did that. Tom, actually, you didn't hate it, did you?
It was actually really good, and I haven't even seen the original, which is quite bad. But yeah, it was really good.
I would say a success. For a rainy day activity, we got really lucky that we were somewhere with a cinema, because if we were where we were yesterday, I don't know what we would have done today. But now we're gonna go and cook. Hi.
We're doing the electrics.
Oh, did you just get to do them? I already did it.
Thank you.
Imagine if I was like, I haven't, and somebody just ran away with our electrical charging wire. We are at the memorial for the HMAS Sydney, which is the shipwreck that I was telling you about yesterday. This boat went missing off of this coast. It didn't. It got into a battle with a German warship and basically was sunk off of the coast of like Geraldton, Shark Bay. They didn't really know where it was. And the memorial that stands here still says that no trace of it was ever found, but the museum we went to yesterday is a little bit more up to date because they actually found it in 2008 when it went missing in 1941. That is how long it took them to find this shipwreck. And yeah, basically every single person on board it sadly lost their lives. So this memorial is actually massive. Obviously this town was really shook by it, and obviously also a lot of the western coast of Australia was really impacted by the Second World War. We actually went to a museum in Albany last week as well, and until we started this trip, I mean, it's probably really stupid of me and really naive of me, but I'd not really ever thought about the Australian West Coast's involvement in the war. Yeah, this memorial is actually really nice. It's done really respectfully, and we're just having a little walk around it now that it's a lot better weather than it was yesterday. When you Google things to come and see in Geraldton, this horizon sphere is one of them, and we did want to come and look at it at sunset like yesterday evening. However, it was pouring down with rain and there was no sunset. We've come today and I think it still looks pretty impressive. Basically it's swapping out like the horizon line. It's actually really clever. It looks really cool, and I do imagine at sunset this would be beautiful, but I mean, I'm not really sure why it's here or what it actually is, but it is cool. Oh my god, that looks so funny. I don't know why I forgot that was how it was gonna work. Guys, we have just arrived at Pink Lake. Its actual name is Hut Lagoon in Port Gregory. So this one is a lot more pink looking than the one we stopped at in Esperance. However, it's clouding over significantly, which really does affect how it looks. So I think option A is to sit here and ride the clouds out. I'm not sure. We're gonna go.
I'm hoping what I said could make you change your mind, though it doesn't really matter when my hands are tied. I'm trying to walk across the bridges that I've burned. My only way to you is gone, the tide has turned. So give me a light, show me what I need. I know I'm blind, but I hear symphonies of your heartbeat.
We have just parked up our van in the campsite that we have paid for the next 2 nights. We've got here fairly early actually, and look at the spot we've got. This is where we're staying for the next 2 days. Are you joking? This is by far the nicest one so far. Look at that view. This is the town of Kalbarri, guys. Look at how beautiful this waterway is. We just sat and had a drink opposite here. This is probably my favourite place that we've stayed so far. Like, I just think it's so nice how it's all on this waterway that's not the ocean. Like, the ocean is over there, but this is just like, well, it's called a gorge, so I guess it's a gorge. What are you barbecuing?
Some sausages.
Some actual meat sausages, guys, because I'm not having this for dinner, so Tom can have a barbecue. Dinner is served. Look at this soup and a sandwich I just cooked up. She really said nutrition. Hello guys, sorry about the lighting. We have actually spent the whole afternoon just like sitting outside of the camper van. The sun has been out, it has been really good weather. We ate in the daylight, which means we're eating a little bit earlier just so that we can cook with the light. It's actually so nice. Like, we've just been chilling out. I did a little painting, I had a little nap. Like, we've just spent the afternoon being really chill. Really like the vibes here in Kalbarri. I really like the vibes on this campsite as well. It's probably the busiest one we've been to for sure. We've definitely noticed it get busier and busier the further north we get, because obviously further north we travel the warmer it is, so people are here on like holidays. I'm not sure how well this is picking up, but this is the current view of the van. So like, this is the sunset. How insane is that? And then you zoom out and this is where we're looking at it from. Like, this is the view from the bed. We're just sitting here. This is a significant improvement from yesterday's rainy night. Morning guys, today we are heading to Kalbarri or Kalbarri, I'm not too sure how you actually pronounce this town, National Park, which is like the big national park here. Kind of the reason that most people visit, I would probably say, is because this national park is so beautiful and also quite famous, and it's also filled with orange rock formations and orange stones. So that was kind of the inspiration behind the outfit today, because I thought if we're going to take some pics, kind of want to make a bit of an effort, because this place genuinely looks stunning, and I'm not just saying that. Anyway, we had a really great sleep in the van last night. I don't even know how. Basically, I thought Tom had set an alarm. Tom thought I had set an alarm. We didn't set an alarm. So we woke up at like 9:15, which is a lot later than we have been getting up. We've been getting up most days at about 7. So we obviously needed that extra 2 hours. Anyway, it is beautiful, clear blue skies. I'm in the driver's seat this morning, and I'm gonna drive us the half-an-hour drive from the campsite into the national park car park. Yeah, we're gonna do a few hikes. We're gonna go exploring, and I'm gonna go because somebody has just turned on a leaf blower. Look at how stunning this is. This is nature's window. This is the section of the walk that we've done first. Hopefully you can hear me. And just look at how beautiful the landscape is. It's insane. Mad, isn't it?
Yeah. So we have just arrived at the Kalbarri Skywalk. I've seen a picture of this online. It does look pretty cool, if it's the same thing that I've seen.
I think it is. It is pretty cool.
We've just finished up at the, I've forgotten what it was called. Some picture frame? What was it called? Nature's Window. Nature's Window, that was it.
I actually don't think I really filmed that much of that. It was really busy, guys. I would probably say, and I think you would agree, get here as early as possible.
Probably.
Like, it's popular.
For 2 reasons as well, because it's very hot right now. If you're going to come in the summer, obviously you want to come a little bit earlier because it'd be a bit cooler.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people here now, so we should try and beat the rush. There's a big group of like 25 people that we're trying to stay ahead of. We're going to go and see the Skywalk now.
Yeah, we're gonna head into this one. I will insert some photos, I probably already have, of what Nature's Window looks like. It's a really lovely walk down there. It's not too difficult. It's like a kilometre. But yeah, Tom's right. It's super, super warm. It's like 23 degrees, but it feels so much hotter because we're kind of in like a valley. And this is the middle of winter. Like, you know, this is their off season. Right, let's go.
Let's go. So we have just come to the Z Bend, which we have no idea what it is. We did a bit of research on the other 2 spots. We have no idea. I actually thought it was going to be like a cool driving route. It sounded like a little dirt track or something. It's not that. It says on here, it's a lookout. 1.2 kilometre return. That's all right. We can do that.
We can do that.
It's lovely weather today. We've been very lucky today.
We have.
So let's go and do the Z Bend.
This is the view right out opposite the campsite. We've just had like an hour or 2 chilling in the van. I can't lie, I did have a little nap. We come out just to like walk around here, just to see what the view looks like closer up really, because it's so gorgeous. I can't believe this is the campsite basically. Cooking up a little macaroni cheese with a view tonight, guys. I know I keep raving about this campsite, but oh my god, if you're ever in Kalbarri, this place is gorgeous. Am I turning into a camper? Who knows? Anyway, I'm making mac and cheese. When I say making, I mean I've got a packet mix, but I'm currently kind of making the sauce.
Good morning from Kalbarri. We are actually going to see the pelicans being fed. So they start at, well, in about 15 minutes.
Yep.
We were supposed to go yesterday, and then somebody forgot to set an alarm.
Oh, I already explained the alarm fiasco.
Yeah. It was Molly. We're gonna go today, and then as soon as we've done this, we're gonna get a coffee and probably head off to our next stop, because it's about a 4-hour drive. So hopefully we'll see the pelicans. It'll be a cool thing to see.
We're lucky we've got 3, and I'm going to count that 4. I'm one of 7 pelican feeders that volunteer to feed these birds every day of the year. Rain, shine, cold, wind, whatever.
I realised I never ended this vlog and I'm currently laying in the van. This is not the best angle in the world, is it? But yeah, I never ended this vlog, so I'm just gonna do it here because I know that it's quite long. We saw so many beautiful places on this drive. This is kind of like what in my head now I'm categorising as like the middle of the West Coast, because obviously we did the southwest first where we went down to like Esperance. Currently we're in the northwest. Jurien Bay and like Geraldton and Lancelin, all of that is sort of the middle. So this was kind of like the midway point of our journey, so I hope you have enjoyed it. We actually were really lucky that we got such good weather on the days where we needed it, like when we went to the national parks and stuff. But I'm aware that a lot of this vlog is me going, it's raining so much. I promise from here on out the weather is only improving in the vlogs, meaning what we're doing every day is only improving in the vlogs. But if you have enjoyed it, do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below. As always, my e-travel guides are going to be the top link in the description. If you haven't checked those out, there are brand new ones going live tomorrow for 2 different countries that I think a lot of you might be interested in if you are backpacking or planning a trip. But other than that, I shall see you guys in my next video on Tuesday. Bye!